Hey y'all. Um, Not sure who's here. I'm not sure to check either. This is actually my first time on Twitch. Um, so today we're going to be doing some yoga. So this is not like the rest of the My Illegal Web series. Not a performance. So go ahead and get your mat ready. Find a nice, comfortable space, maybe a quiet space if you can. Um, yeah, just get into a good spot, and I'm going to give a little bit more time just for more folks to join us and give you a chance to set up your space and get into a nice zone, and then we'll get started shortly. While we're waiting, I do have a couple Spotify playlists because I am going to turn my music down on my end in a little bit so that you can turn on your favorite music, whatever feels good to you. Um, Maybe a meditation channel on whatever music program or app that you use. If you do have Spotify, you can look for Osatyam. It's Osatyam. It's actually at the bottom corner over here. um, so you can look for Osatyam Vibes. You can look for Osatyam Yin. If you type in Osatyam, you'll find a couple playlists that might feel good and might work for you in today's practice. I'm going to give it maybe one more minute. Don't want to start too late. You can't chat unless you have the app. Interesting. So usually I ask what folks are interested in doing. So my intention today was to ask if folks were more interested in something nice and slow, a little more easy, or if we wanted to do a little bit of work. But for the folks who don't have Twitch, I think you can't really comment unless, I think you can't comment unless you have the app. So I'm just going to move off of what I feel and hope that that's what folks want. So just as an intro, got it. I don't know what that means. I'm getting messages about this whole thing, so just be patient with me as I look through this. But yeah, I was just going to introduce myself. My name is Crystal Mons. I run a wellness company, a community-based wellness company here in Atlanta, Georgia, called Osatyam, and that's Osatyam. I always have to spell it because I just figure a lot of people don't know what that looks like. I've been practicing since 04, 05. And yeah, I did my training in the beautiful, beautiful traditional southern Mysore, India back in 2013, and I've been teaching ever since. And I've had Osatium ever since then as well. So yeah, I do Hatha, Ashtanga, whatever works for the moment. And yeah, I'm really excited to do this live stream this morning with y'all and with my legal body. And yeah, just grateful to be able to do these things during this time when folks are stuck in the house and some people are losing their wellness practices and their physical practices. I think it's really important that we hold on to that as much as we can and try to maintain those things. So, if I didn't have any more messages about the live, I hope I'm live. Oh, that was it. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So again, if you have found a comfortable spot, that's great. I'm gonna go back here onto my mat and hope that y'all can hear me because I can't ask and then watch. But yeah, we're gonna start seated. So I'm gonna turn my music down. You go ahead and turn yours up. Make sure you can still hear me through the music. Nice balance, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, I hope y'all can still hear me over there. We are going to start seated. And we're going to do about a 45-minute session today. It might drop into an hour, but we want to not go over an hour this morning. Probably going to start really slow. So go ahead and come into Indian style or half lotus or full lotus. This is your half lotus. This is your full lotus. So do what works for you. Go ahead and bring the hands onto the knees and close your eyes. Inhale deeply through the nose. And exhale deeply through the nose. Again, inhale. And exhale. Begin to slow down your breathing. And rest the tongue against the roof of the mouth till you feel the vibration of the breath in the back of the throat. And the breath becomes audible. Now we're going to slowly open the eyes. Inhale the arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale down into prayer. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. This time we're going to bring the fingertips together, thumbs facing towards the body. We're just going to scan the body, moving from the head. While we're scanning, we're just listening or feeling for any tight spots. If you do recognize any spots that are a little more tense or hurt, take more time there, breathe into those spots. And just take note of what parts of the body are in more need this morning. After you've scanned the body, go ahead and rest the hands on the knees. Bring the chin to chest. Then look straight up, dropping the head back. Again, chin to chest. Then back. Bring it back to center and look towards your right, bringing the chin in line with the shoulder. Then to your left. Bring it back to center. Drop the right arm down. We're going to stretch towards that side. Here we want to make sure we're not leaning forward or back. Keep the shoulders in line with one another, opening up that whole left side of the body. Bring it back up to center and switch sides. And if you don't rest on that elbow, that's fine. If one side is more open than the other, that's fine too, that's normal. Just take your time. Again, bring it back to center. We're going to clasp the hands together. Send the palms up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the spine here as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward, keeping the spine long over the hips. And the hands don't have to reach the floor or your mat here. Go ahead and bring it back up. Release the hands. We're going to switch the legs. Now clasp the hands together behind the back. Press the shoulder blades together. I'm going to inhale and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. This time, pull the arms away from the body. And again, work within your limits. If this is where you are today, this is fine. Just do what works for you. Go ahead and release the hands. Bring them out in front of you. And we're going to push up into tabletop. We're going to do a few cat-cows here. Inhale as you arch. And exhale as you curve. And continue at the pace of your own breath. Bring it back to neutral. Go ahead and spread the knees. Push back into a wide-legged child's pose. Next, we're going to send the hips up. Walk the hands forward and lower the chest. So we're straightening the elbows. Dropping the chest into puppy pose. This is lengthening the shoulders. So we're not really concerned about how high the hips go. They can go as high as they need to. Focus on lowering the chest and lengthening the shoulders. We're going to push it back up into tabletop. Then kick the right foot forward. And breathe here. We want to keep that front knee behind the toes, directly over the ankle. Stretch the back leg behind you. If you're here today, this is fine. Just keep that front knee straight. Stay focused on your breathing. I'll curl the back toe under. Kick back into plank. And hold here a few breaths. Now drop the knees, chest, and chin, pressing the hips up into 8-point pose. In 8-point pose, we have 8 points of the body in contact with your mat. That's both feet, both knees, the chest, both hands and the chin. Everything else is lifted. Now push the body forward, lift the chest and point the toes. Here we're using the core and the low back to lift the chest, not the hands. So when and if you're comfortable, go ahead and lift the hands and stretch them out in front of you or out to your sides, or go ahead and bring them behind the back. Use each inhale to lift the chest higher. Keep the feet pressed into your mat. Lower the hands. Curl the toes under. Push up into plank, then back into down dog and pedal the feet. I had raspberries in my smoothie, so I got raspberry seed in my throat. When you're ready, press both heels down towards your mat to lengthen the calves. Press the knees back to straighten the legs. Slightly arch the spine and lengthen the shoulders. Now kick the left leg back. Swing it forward between the hands. And breathe here. Again, coming up onto that front knee if you need to. Curl the back toe under. Kick forward. Exhale into forward fold. Now we're going to slightly bend the knees. Stretch the arms up. Lengthen the body. Drop the arms and head back. Open the chest and lengthen the abdomen. And tuck the tailbone under to reduce the arch in the low back. Go ahead and bring the hands down into prayer. Relax here a few breaths. So we just did all the moves to our sun salutation. After a few more breaths here, we're going to do 2 more salutations on each side. Moving at your own pace. While we're breathing here, we want to make sure we're breathing into the belly. Pressing the navel back towards the spine as you exhale. Keep the breath audible. When you're ready, Go ahead and inhale the arms up and back. Always exhale into your forward fold. We're starting with the right leg here, kicking that right leg back. Work as slow as you need to during our salutations. If you move ahead, that's fine too. We'll all meet back up at the end anyway. Next is plank. Then 8-point pose, dropping the knees, chest, and chin. If you're comfortable doing chaturanga here, do that instead. Next is cobra, or full cobra, or up dog, lifting the knees. Down dog is next. Still leading with the right foot. When you're ready, kick that leg back, then forward. And next is forward fold. And we're going to take it up and back. I'm going to show the modified versions this time. Use them if you need to. Exhale, forward fold. Next, we're leading with the left leg. Kick that left leg back. This is your modification, up on that knee. Next is plank. This is your half plank. Make sure your half plank, you're at a steady incline, so we don't want to be in tabletop. Next is 8-point pose, or chaturanga. This is your 8-point. Modification here is just to not raise the hips so high. Then cobra, or full cobra, or up dog. Sphinx is your modified version here. Resting into the elbows. Then down dog. Your modification here is almost like a puppy pose. And we're still leading with the left leg. Kick that leg back, then forward. Then exhale into forward fold. Take it up and back. This time I'll show the full versions. Exhale it forward. Remember to use whatever version of each pose works for you. Leading with the right leg this time. Next is plank. For that vehicle to pass. Next is 8-point or chaturanga. Then cobra or up dog. Then down dog. Kick the right leg back, then forward. Keep the palms flat for your full version. Or go ahead and raise that back knee. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up and back. We're going to exhale it forward. This is our last one. This time we're leading with the left leg, kicking that leg back. Remember all your modifications, your full versions. Do whatever pose works for you. I do a combination of all of them throughout. Next is plank. Then 8-point or chaturanga. Next is cobra or up dog. Down dog. Still leading with the left leg. Kick that leg back, then forward. Then forward folds. Take it up and back. And again, hold here for a few breaths. And here we want to make sure we're not poking the butt out. So if y'all can see, we're just going to tuck the tailbone under, pressing the hips forward, lifting up through the upper spine. Go ahead and bring the hands down to your sides. We're just going to take a few moments to breathe here. Making sure we're breathing through the nose, keeping the breath audible. Now we're going to start to rotate the shoulders back. Then forward. Good. Now we're going to shift into the left foot. We're going to do a couple balancing poses. And for your balancing poses, you need to go to a wall and hold on to something. Go ahead. So first we're going to shift into the left foot. We're lifting and spreading the toes and lowering them down one at a time. This is opening up the foot to cover a bigger surface area. When you're ready, bring the right foot up into tree. Lift as high as you're comfortable with. If this is where you are today, this is fine. If you can lift higher, go ahead and do that. If you're one of those people who does run out of space here, go ahead and bring that foot up to the belly and press the knee down. So just do what works. Bring the hands together into prayer when you're ready. Go ahead and focus your gaze over one stationary point. So if you're looking at the screen, just look somewhere above me, one of the little pieces of vegetation. Or you can look past your screen at something in your house, in your space, something that doesn't move. When you're ready, take the arms overhead. And just breathe here. If it's your practice to open the arms, do that. Slowly release the hands. We're going to release that leg and shake it all out. Now shift the weight into the right foot. Again, ground the toes, lift, spread, lower them down one at a time. And then bring that left foot into tree, lifting as high as you're comfortable with. Bring the hands together into prayer when you're ready. Go ahead and take the arms overhead after you focus your gaze. Slowly release the hands. Release that leg. Again, shake it all out. Alright, next we're going to move into our dancer's pose. So again, we're shifting into that left foot. You can also stay at the long side of your mat. I turn around a lot so you can see different angles. So you can always stay facing the front of your mat until I say otherwise. So again, we're going to ground the toes on that left foot. Bring the right foot behind you. Again, if this is the place where you need to hold on to a wall, you can bring the wall in front of you. That's preferred. Or if it's out to your side, that's fine too. First, we're just going to pull the foot into the body, keeping the knees as close together as possible. So here we're just stretching out the front of the right thigh, stretching the quads. If you're not new to yoga, you can go ahead and pull your dancer's pose up from here, just pulling that leg straight up. If that doesn't feel good for you, just go ahead and stretch that left arm overhead. And then we're going to fold forward as you exhale, pressing the right foot against the right hand, lifting up and away from the body. Again, this is the part where you're holding the wall in front of you, or off to the side if that feels better. Slowly bring it back up. Release the hand, release the leg. Again, shake it all out. Now we're going to shift into the right foot. Ground the toes. Pull that left foot into the body. And again, we're just going to hold here first, keeping the knees in line. Stretching that left quad as much as you can. We're going to pull the foot as close into the body as you can. And again, if you want to move straight into your dancer's pose from here, go ahead. Otherwise, inhale that right arm up. Slowly exhale forward, pulling that left foot up behind you. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath as these poses get more challenging. Also, don't be discouraged if your dancer's pose looks different. If this is where you are today, you're holding onto a wall, do what works. Yoga is not a competition. It's not about what it looks like. It's about what it feels like and what it does for your body and to your body. Let me slowly bring it back up. Release. Again, shake it all out. Oh wow, I wish the light was like this the whole session. Alright, so now we're going to turn towards the wide side of your mat. Pick any direction. We're just going to spread the feet out to at least 4 feet apart. So use your height as a gauge. I'm about 5 feet. I'm short, and this is almost all of my mat. So use that. We're going to stretch the arms out to your sides. On your next exhale, bend the knees. Lower the hips into a wide squat or goddess pose. If your goddess looks like this, that's beautiful. Go ahead and bring the hands up, bend the elbows. You want to lower the hips as much as you can. Take your time. We start here just in case that's your stopping point. If you have more space, lower it down as much as you can. If you get to a point where you get tired, you can rest the hands here on the knees. All right, so just do what works. Remember your breathing. If you are comfortable and or need that deeper stretch, go ahead and lift up onto the toes. If you want to alternate, you can do that as well. You don't have to stay there, or you don't have to do it if that doesn't work for you today. Go ahead and bring the palms together. Lower the hands down to your mats and the hips up, and fold it in. Here you can start to walk the hands back, or bend the elbows, or both. Or you can grab the ankles or the feet, whatever feels good. Now we're going to push back up onto the palms, flatten the back, look straight ahead. Now we're going to walk the hands towards the back of your mat. Turn that foot out towards the short side. And we're just going to breathe here in pyramid. So in pyramid, both knees are straight. If you do need to come higher onto this leg today, go ahead. Again, we don't ever want to push too far. The goal here is for both legs to be straight. If you are coming higher up, make sure not to rest on that front knee. You want to either be above it or below it. Now, if you do have more space, go ahead and lower down as much as you can. Find your limit. I'll bring both hands to the inside of the foot. We're going to take the left arm up towards the ceiling into triangle. Your modified triangle, if you were here before, it's the same. We're just taking that left arm up, resting the hand wherever it feels good. Focusing up towards that left hand. So the shoulders are stacking on top of one another. Chest is open. Go ahead and lower that hand down. Raise the back heel off your mat. Exhale into a lunge, bending that front knee. We're just going to hold here a few breaths. flatten that back foot, straighten it up into pyramid. Go ahead and walk the hands back towards your center and just fold it in again here. You can clasp the hands together or grab the elbows if that feels comfortable and just dangle and hang out here a little bit. If the elbows do come all the way down to your mat, go ahead and go with that. Again, we're going to push it back up onto the palms, flatten the back. Walk the hands this time towards the front of your mat. Turn that foot out towards the short side. And we're just going to breathe here again in pyramid on the other side now. Remember, if you need to come higher onto the leg for pyramid, do that. Do what works. If you have more space, lower it down. Now raise the back heel off your mat. Exhale, bend that front knee into a lunge. Hold here a few breaths. Again, we're going to flatten that back foot, straighten the front leg. Send that right arm up into triangle, focusing up towards that hand. Remember, if you're in a modified triangle, you're just bringing that left hand higher onto the leg and resting on the leg. We want to make sure we're not caving forward. We want to press the hips forward. Pull the chest back. And breathe here. Go ahead and lower that hand back down. You want to kick back into plank. The classes are complete without a good plank. We're going to hold here as long as you can. Maybe not as long as you can, because certain people have certain limits. We're just going to hold a few breaths. If you do get tired, drop the knees into your half plank. Remember to do what works. We just want to make sure we're working the shoulders here, giving the wrists a little bit of work, using the fingertips. Next, we're going to drop the knees, push back so that you're sitting on the feet, and hold here a few breaths. If sitting on the feet does not work for you for any knee or joint issues, make sure you're sitting on a block, or you can just go ahead and come up here. If you don't have a block, because a lot of people don't, use pillows, a rolled up blanket, like whatever works to bring you higher off the ground. Here we want to make sure we're keeping the chest lifted. We're keeping the navel pulled back so the spine is neutral. Head is stacked over the shoulders. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Next, we're going to curl the toes under. So again, if you're still up here, you're just moving from flattening the feet to curling the toes. So we're still focusing on the toes here. If you can't come down, go ahead. Again, lifting the chest, pressing the navel in, slightly tucking the pelvic, the tailbone under. So we're neutralizing the spine. We'll go ahead and release the legs out in front of you. We're going to push up towards the front of your mat. Here we're just going to hug the knees into the body. As tight as you can. Give them a squeeze. We're squeezing any tensions, any remaining tensions from the body. From the spine, the shoulders. If you need to rock here, do that. If you need to rotate the shoulders or the ankles, do that. This is just a period of releasing any remaining tensions. So do what you need to do. When you're ready, we're going to lift the feet. Loosen that grip a little bit if that helps. We're going to lift the feet. And go ahead and begin to straighten the legs. Now, if this is your first time doing yoga or doing this in a long time, don't psych yourself out. A lot of people look at this and get freaked out pretty easily. Just try it. If this is not going to work for you absolutely, then do one leg at a time. So you don't have to force anything, but don't psych yourself out before your body has a chance to see what it can do. If you need to use the hands behind you, do that. Some people have rested on the elbows before. Do that. Do what works. I'm going to stay here a few more breaths. Make sure the core is engaged here. If you're ready, go ahead and release the hands. If you're releasing one at a time, do that. Stay focused on your breathing. A few more breaths here. Now we're going to slowly open up and lower down to your mat. Once the shoulders reach your mat, stretch the arms overhead. Stretch the fingers out and away from one another. Stretch the toes out and away. Press all the air out of the lungs, pulling the navel back towards the spine. And press everything out and away from your center. Lengthening the body, pressing everything out towards the edges. We're making the middle of the body as small as possible. We're taking up as much space as you can with the limbs. Keep the whole body active like this. A few more breaths. I'll bring your arms out to the sides and hug both knees into the body. Go ahead and begin to rock back and forth or side to side, massaging the spine into your mat. Or you can also rotate the knees in circles if that feels better. Kind of get the best of both worlds here, massaging the lower hips and the lower back, as well as the middle back. Switch directions. I'll stretch both legs up towards the ceiling. And keeping the knees straight, pull the legs into the body using the hands. And here, slowly start to walk the hands closer towards the feet. Only do this if you're comfortable, using every few exhales to bring the legs closer in. If you're here and the hips begin to naturally lift off your mat, go ahead and engage the lower abdomen and take that further. But only if that's coming naturally already. We don't want to force it. We don't want to work here. We're just pulling the legs in. This is a passage. I'll go ahead and flex the toes towards the body, pressing out through the heels. As you exhale, slowly lower the legs down, keeping the knees straight and toes flexed, controlling your pace, slowing down the closer you get to your mat. Once the feet reach your mat, go ahead and relax the legs. Relax the arms down to your sides, palms up, and close your eyes. Slowly wiggle the fingers and relax the fingers. Wiggle the toes and relax the toes. Moving into the best part of yoga, a restful shavasana, giving the body time to process everything we've done. Relax the feet and the ankles. Relax the calves and the knees. Relax the thighs and the glutes. Relax the pelvis and the abdomen. Release any tension from the spine, starting from the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Open up the chest. Allow the shoulders to sink into your mat, expanding the rib cage. Relax the upper arms and the elbows. Relax the forearms and the wrists and the hands. Release any tension from the neck and the jaw. Relax the cheeks and the eyebrows and the rest of the face. And bring your awareness to your breathing, allowing the belly to rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. Now gently wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, rotate the hands in both directions, rotate the feet in both directions. Turn the head to the left, then to the right. Now raise your right arm and rest it on the floor above you, or earth if you're outside. Go ahead and bring the left hand onto the abdomen and roll over onto your right side. Relax here a few breaths. When you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, slowly roll up into a comfortable meditative position. Focus here again on your breathing. You want to take deep inhales and long, slow exhales. Go ahead and bring your attention to any recently realized goals or intentions, any accomplishments, big or small. And take a moment of gratitude for yourself, for allowing space for those things. Take a deep inhale Exhale through the mouth. Again, deep inhale. Release through the mouth. Inhale. Release. Return to your normal breathing. Just take a moment here to focus on that breath. Now let's bring the hands and rub them together to generate heat. And cup them over the eyes. Slowly blink the eyes open. Bring the hands down into prayer over the heart. Namaste. Thank you all so much again for joining me. I am taking donations. Like I said, I'm a yoga instructor. I've been doing this for quite a few years, and just like everybody, everything has moved online or it doesn't exist at all. So if you enjoyed the class, if you got something out of it, and you are able, please show some love, some monetary love. I have put my Cash App over here. I hope it's showing up, but if it's not, my Cash App is $Osatyam, Osatyam. My Venmo is Crystal Mons. That's Crystal spelled regularly with a capital C, dash, capital MONDS. Or you can do my PayPal, paypal.me/CE-Mons. Again, that's MONDS. So if you can, all of that's over here, I hope, in case you missed my spellings, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and continue to just carry this calm energy throughout the day. Get what you need, take care of your body, stay safe, stay well out there. I'm going to finish my smoothie, and y'all go eat, go hydrate, get some protein in you, some leaf greens, all those things. Got good after yoga. Thanks, y'all. And thank you, My Legal Body. Y'all tune in for the next things. There's something at 3, and then there's another thing at 9. So tune in, and I hope y'all are doing well and keeping yourselves well. Thank you. Peace.